which can be controlled to any mode. It uses C++ code to access throughout its processor. Now I'm going to explain about the components of our car. First, motor driver. Motor driver function is to control the motor speed, direction, torque, and also to ensure safe and efficient operation. Next, Bluetooth module. Bluetooth module is a small electronic device which enables the wireless communication between our phone and our car. Next, motors. Motor converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy, which makes our car to be moved in any direction.
Advantage: increased safety. Since a car can handle all the obstacles, reduce the risk of collision. Adaptive: car indoor, outdoor, and also uneven terrain. Low maintenance cost. Since the car can reduce all the accidents, it reduces the expenses of repair. Autonomous operation. The car can handle the to the road easy and also very convenient.
Let's say the working. We have connected the Bluetooth with this, and this is the forward button which is coded. We have a full control over the car now. Now we got a text message where we can access this to commands. Forward. Stop. We also have backward. We can reduce the speed by just giving the command. Speed 50. Speed 50. Speed 50. Its speed has been adjusted now forward. We can also adjust speed. It's a complete model. Thank you.
Good morning. Today we are going to show our project RFID door system using an Arduino. The RFID locks are radio frequency identification technology which communicate between the user and the lock. The its need include an reader, and RFID tag or any card like ATM card can be used in it, and it is a secure locking mechanism. Now my friend Govinder will explain about what is it about.
RFID lock is a security system that utilize radio frequency, analyze the buildings.
The components used in building this system is RFID sensor, RFID tag, Arduino relay module, and lock, etc. The command is going to the RFID card on the sensor. The sensor sends the code from the card and sends it the right code to the Arduino. The Arduino further sends the code to the relay module. The relay module controls the lock by which the door opens and closes.
The motive of the RFID technology is it has tangible benefits such as reduce cost and time, reduce human resources, prevent theft prevention, and improve productivity.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Our project is smart military tanker. It is used in advanced technology for the military applications for wiring and partitioning.
To build our model, we use ultrasonic sensor, Arduino, air transmitter, battery, and chip.
The motive is to enhance computing capability and reduce the human contact.
Let's explain the way how it works. This is an automated gun which shoots when the enemy enters the border. Ultrasonic sensor senses the motion and casts it to the Arduino. The Arduino gives command for firing.
Arduino is a microcontroller board based on a chip called 80 mega 3 to 8 chip. Microcontroller creates an electromagnetic field which creates and it will surround the particular range.
Good afternoon. Our project is line follower. A line following robot is an autonomous mobile machine that is used to follow a line drawn on foot. It is used in various applications including educational robotics and entertainment. The concept of light in physics and kinematics in physics and integration in math has been implemented in our project.
Different types of components are used to make this line following robot. They are Arduino Uno, L298 motor driver, 2WD car kit, IR sensor, and many other components.
The robot uses a sensor to detect the line and send the data to the processor. Processor makes a correct decision and send it to the robot driver. The concept of line follower is related to light, in which the white light reflect and black surface observe. We have used the IR transmitter and transistor.
The infrared radius will observe the black surface. It uses 4 components: infrared source, infrared detector, transmission medium, and signal processing. The line follower will sense the line and maneuver on the right path while constantly correcting the each line using the feedback mechanism, and it will run in a simple and effective closed loop system. It will respond to a stimuli like how a human does.
Advantages of line follower robot. Robot movement is automatic. It is used in long distance application, used in healthcare industries, industrial automation, and home services. It is simple to build and cost effective to build. It always senses white line, it senses the white line it runs, and it senses black line to stop.
Good afternoon. Our project is A gesture control robot. As our project is just gesture control robot, it works on the gestures made by our hand. So, it is the newest initiative in the field of human-computer interaction. It represents the evolution towards more natural and user-intuitive interface. Before moving on, let us know the maths and physics concept used in our project by our hand.
The physics concept used in this project is turn in effect, which leads to torque, and the maths concept used in this project is integration, which is used to measure the range.
So traditionally, any object can be moved with some force, which is generally human efforts. So similarly, moving physical distant object with little movements of our hand is achieved by our project. A small amount of motion is amplified on a larger scale. So we have developed an LCD type gesture control car which takes readings from accelerometer. Now let us know about this mechanism from Expo.
At first, Arduino, and then XT200, which encodes the values and send it to the RF transfer. Through RF transfer, it sends to the L298 motor driver, where it instructs the car to move accordingly. Now the advantages will be held by
The advantages of this robot is to enhance the driver skills and no manual skills needed. Some challenges would be faced is accuracy, endurance, and reliability. Thank you.
So this is the controller which is based on.
If you move the hand, you can fold the hand.
This board.
It will move. You have to move it.
Board.
Like this.
We are going to start a project by introducing the voice assistant in rover. It is a social interactive device which performs comprehensive understanding, instant feedback, and just many other things.
Before deploying the device, programming the boards is pretty fast. We have programmed the board by using Postman APK, where text-to-speech and speech-to-text is installed in both the boards. We need to claim the license if we want to deploy the device. We have applied the license in JSON, but we will receive it in a couple of hours. We can't use it right now, but in the future it is definitely usable and reliable. Of course, it is used in all industries like healthcare, education, as well as survival. It is totally based on offline. It never uses any kind of internet access. Thank you. You need to play with it.
Good afternoon. I'm Sharon and this is my team. On Great Gala Day, we are here to introduce some models which will help our farmers and households growing plants. Guess what? It's soil moisture detector. Imagine a situation or out of home for 15 days and think how our plants will survive and how we can monitor its survival by applying soil moisture detector.
Soil is dry and this soil moisture. You can see the difference in this density and the form. You can control while you are not in a home, and if you are going to out of vision for 15 days, you can control by this system. You should not need any workers to do this. You can on this.
That button.
You can plant. You can water it by the phone itself.
The several advantages are that it can reduce the water intake to resource irrigation and it can increase the yield of also can be used in both large and small scale. There are several applications. It can be used in greenhouse farming, urban farming, research and education, horticulture and tourism. The concept which I said this year has been implemented in our project. In maths, the concept of integration differentiation has been used. In physics, the concept of Ohm's law has been used. When it comes to chemistry, the concept of ionics has been used. The main aim of this project is to, when we are out of home, we can't water the plant so much. Then it will dry. In future, it should not happen. That's why we have made this project. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Our project is the human calling robot. The human calling robot can detect and follow people. This robot has sensors which detects the motion of the human body when the human is in front of it and it's at a particular distance from it. This robot is helpful because it can access a carrier to deliver goods in daily life. This robot can easily surpass the human limitations to acquire the world faster and more efficient. Thanks to this innovation, the human worker will reduce and the productivity increases despite the difficulties faced.
Use Arduino, you know this. This is a microcontroller board based on 80 MEGA 328. and it has 14 digital input and output and 6 analog input. And we have IR sensor, which is a proximity sensor that is used to detect object in the front. An ultrasonic sensor is used to measure the distance of the object by emitting ultrasonic sound wave. The range of it is about 40 to 70 kilohertz. And servo motor is used to rotate the head approximately up to 180 degree. And motor driver shield can control the speed and action of the motor. It can control 4 servo motor at once. And we have 4 DC motor, which will adjust speed of the motor. And we use Arduino ideally, which supports the language C++. And the concept of physics and maths not our opposite is thermal radiation, which is detected by the IR sensor and measures the distance of the object by using ultrasonic sensor.
Human following robot is an auto-movement system that has the ability to recognize object, move and change direction towards the subject. When making this prototype, our consulted in mind that the functioning of this robot should be as efficient as possible. This project challenged our group to cooperate, communicate and expand understanding in electronics, mechanical system and programming. Human following robot can be used in many industries. In materials industries, it will carry heavy loads which are not possible by humans. In medicine industries, the robot will carry sterilized instruments throughout the hospital and operation theaters. In military appliances, the robot will carry heavy military loads in any danger situation. With some modification, the robot will be very helpful for disabled and aged people. Now we will see the function of the robot.
The robot uses the IR sensor, which will detect the human hand and show the robot moves forward.
Change the time. Like this. Keep it inside.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Our project is a lunar rover. It is a basic rover which is made by C++ code and it was also used in Chennai. It is used to detect the object in front, observe it and send the footage to the connecting device. It can also detect the temperature around it and it is controlled by remote control flight stack.
The component used in this are Arduino. It is the main component used in it. It controls the rover's movement and the sensor used in it. Solar panel, it gives the power to the battery which is used in it. Camera, it takes the photo and sends it to the device.
Capturing.
Yeah, sure. Temperature module, it monitors the temperature and sensor.
The working of this lunar rover is not much tough. The brain of this lunar rover is the Arduino Uno. We have compiled a code C++. So it uses the signals to the motors and the sensors and the camera all together. We have used the 4 lithium-ion batteries. So the solar panel charges the battery automatically. It can show the temperature module all the time. It's not with batteries. And the temperature ESP32 camera module. It just needs a simple power connection. So it can give a connection to any connected device. It can do the photos. Any connected, just need an IP address. And this is the control system. It can go up to 1 kilometer reach. So you can control from any direction. The motor driver is used for directing the speed and directing the direction. And the use of this lunar is to discover the planets, and not only the moon, it can discover any planets by the dimensions and their capability. And disadvantage are it's high cost, and it is technical issues. If we get some error in this, the whole circuit will get short circuit, it won't work. Thank you.
Good afternoon. This is an obstacle avoiding bus. Obstacle avoidance is one of the most important aspects of mobile robotics. Without it, the robot movement will be really difficult. In this project, we have built a model which has an intelligence built in.
The concept of physics model is about the principle of sound. Ultrasonic sensors work by emitting sound waves with frequency too high for human to hear. When they wait for the sound to be reflected back, calculating the length of the time required. The mathematical concepts of integration and differentiation are used in this model.
This is a vehicle which can run by avoiding obstacle by turning it.
The main electronic components present in this vehicle are Arduino, ultrasonic sensor, gear motors,
Connecting to
The working mechanism is ultrasonic sensor takes obstacle and spot and telling this Arduino which carry a distance object and it takes a robot motor to this direction navigate in the proximity of the object. And it flashes the signal monitor to boost for a DC motor providing positions. The LGR motor moves away either clockwise, anti-clockwise without grounding.
The main advantage of this vehicle is that it will maintain some distance with other vehicles, avoiding accidents. It will provide more efficient speed traffic. It can be operated in dynamic and complex environments. It will provide safety and flexibility in a variety of tasks. It can be employed in hazardous conditions where human penetration can be limited.
The main application of this vehicle are it can be used in mobile robot navigation, space exploration, autonomous vehicles. It can be also used in domestic roads like transport of goods and people.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Our project is sequential lighting design. Our project aims to combine technology and creativity to create an interactive lighting system. Using AI-powered sound recognition, our sequence of LED light will react dynamically to the environmental audio input. This fusion of hardware and Python programming demonstrates how artificial intelligence can enhance our everyday life by offering innovative and functional design.
Our objective is to create a LED light that creates sound patterns and music beats and etc. It dynamically adjusts the LED light according to the sound patterns. And they operate efficiently using AI and Python-based algorithms.
A sound figure captures the environmental audio signals and sends it to the processor. The processor classifies the data into different types. The sound intensity and the pattern are used to decide the sequence of the LEDs. The data fed into the Python script controls the microcontroller, which lights up the LEDs in a pre-programmed way corresponding to the sound input.
The key components we use for the project are an amplifier, preamplifier, a mic, an aux cord wire, a 26 LED light system, a switch, and a 3000 mAh.
Maths involved in our project is mnemonic functions and graph, algebra and statistics. Physics involved in our graph is light and sound-based signal processing and importantly electricity. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Me and my team together created our very own AI called Adam. Let my friends insight you more on this project.
The name Adam is very simple. Overall is about vibe, energy, opportunity that someone uses. And the ad emphasis is used in marketing.
This AI can quickly adapt fast based on trends, audience feedback, traditional methods which struggle to achieve.
The aim of this project is to create an AI-powered analyzer that studies marketing data from ads to identify trends, audience preferences, or effective keywords or taglines. By analyzing engagement data like clicks, cost per click, or conversion rate, the AI will provide actionable insights, recommending improvements to enhance ad effectiveness and to better connect with the target audience. Here is the demonstration. So you have to upload any PDF process file. We can't upload a raw data. When I say PDF process file, I mean this. Like behind the scenes of an ad, the revenue, how many people have clicked, etc. So, which I upload? So there are three steps for this AI to work: input, analyzing, and output. Input means, like I said, structured format. So now it's analyzing and will give us the output. So overview table, this is overview table. The total impressions. Impression means that how many people the ad have displayed to. So saying 1 million and all. Total clicks means how many people have clicked this ad. Click-through rate means how many percentage of people click the ad. Conversion rate means the desired action. If a company wants to sell a computer, how many people have went to the ad and brought the computer? So how many people click that?
One from visually seeing to purchasing the product.
The AI, it's all in the data.
The user has to be very input.
Only the data.
Whenever they are using it with detecting data. Like but how it works now?
How do you know that they have purchased it without ignoring the ad? Seeing it's like
This data is from ads. Your ads details. So it will analyze it. You have to give more input. You can't really give this, but
conversion you mentioned. I wonder how that happens.
then it also.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Perambur. I'm here to explain you about the necessity of how a digital menu works for an ordinary restaurant, hotel, motel, or something. As simple as the name implies, it is a crucial role in reducing and minimizing cost. Eradicating the human medium is usually termed as a takeover. The only possible investment which could be done by the firm is to hire a crew, and self-service could be done by the consumer. In such case, it would be beneficial for the firm. For the comfort of the consumer, the usual long process is not needed. It is considered to be an old and traditional ritual of restaurants, as it is too time consuming. Now, it is important for you to look on how the digital
Sir, ma'am, I need to know more extra details of the website. As you can see, this is a general page which is going to show what is close to you for table 15. If you scroll down, you can see the hot categories like main course, dessert, beverages, etc.
further down, you can see the new arrivals which are indicated by the new red ribbon. They made it convenient for the customers and placed all the categories individually on top. So if you click on main course, you can see all the items lined up and all the price ranges for your customer. There's also the sort function, and you can arrange these items according to the price of your customer. So this goes for all the categories, all the same for all the same categories. The specials are significantly more costly than the others, and I'll show you their work profile. If you have any trouble regarding a website, you can click on the more option and contact us. To easily select an item, you just have to select it, add the amount you want, add to cart, click make an order, and input your personal information. If you have any doubts regarding our website, you can see the testimonials given by other customers and give your feedback to them. Now the privileges will be given by Scimathx.
This area you can instantly choose and place your orders, and it is very convenient and easy to access. Every table will have its own digital menu, and customers will have full feel about it. We hope this will be helpful for you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So today I'll be explaining about one of the most fascinating yet rapidly evolving fields in the world, which is AI. So AI is not only like used in scientific uses, it is also used in making games, technologies, and upgrading other things. So I have made an website on the topic which shows on AI games. If you want, you can read it and just scroll it for now. So you can select any games you need from here. So I have done a game here. It is called tic-tac-toe. So you can play it. I'll just put another game here. So this game is called the Pac-Man. This game may be looking like completely randomized, but each Pac-Man ghost, the character has a systematic AI functioning. So it will run through that, and it has a total functioning in the background. And while this game uses you can try to defeat it.
Oh, yeah.
You have to hinder it also, yes, correct.
So as you did it, I'll just show you the unbeatable. You can try again. This is
difficulty level.
yeah, like it's too hard. This contains all the possible algorithms, like Minimax, which contains all the branch of algorithms, and it answers what move it does. Like, and whenever you give an input in it, just functions back, and it gives an output, and that output will always be for the hard one. It will be always like one. It will be draw, or else it will be like the bot will win. The AI bot will win, because it completely works on all the strategies. If you want, I'll explain other games.
Well done, children. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon. You can go, ma'am. Yes.
A very good day to you, ma'am. Welcome to Microcosm. A very good day to you, ma'am. Welcome to Microcosm and Macrocosm. Yes, welcome to our Expo, Good morning, ma'am.
This is the Exoplanet and the direction, one of the most effective ways to detect planets beyond the solar system. When the planet temporarily hits the star's brightness, is what astronomers use to detect and study exoplanets.
The relationship between the change in brightness delta F and the radius of the planet or P and the star or S is denoted by this equation. The orbital period P can be measured by using by timing the transit Kepler's third lateral its P to the distance A from the star using this formula. Thank you. When you look at the pictures of NASA or ISRO, you see that some are in red and some are in blue. But do you know there's a phenomenon behind this called redshift blue shift effect? When objects move away from us, they emit red light, and when they move closer to us, they emit blue light. So the math here explains that how much light is being stretched away from the object or towards the object. It's a working model. I want to try.
See the wall. No, ma'am, wall. Color will change. Colors will be there.
Which color do you see, ma'am? Like only on the wall.
Only on the wall. I can hear you.
No, on the wall over there. Above the smart
Color.
spots and pink.
This pink only. Should you focus or something?
No focus. There on the wall. Above
Blue.
above smart. Somewhat like Now if I turn this, now if I turn this, it turns to red. That indicates that it's far away. Good afternoon, ma'am. This is our model Chandrayaan-3. At the core of Chandrayaan-3, there are two main components: the Vikram lander and the Perambur rover. To reach the moon, Chandrayaan-3 was common and transferable. Thank you.
They have shrunk for sir.
A very good afternoon, ma'am.
For sir, they really don't run.
Good afternoon, ma'am. This is a black hole, the scariest object in the universe where not even light can escape when near it. The mass behind the black hole is based on the Einstein equation, which is the foundation of general relativity. Thank you. A very good afternoon, ma'am, and welcome to the intriguing world of dark matter. And dark energy, two of the most enigmatic components of our universe. Dark matter, which consists of 25% of our universe. On the other hand, dark energy consists of 68% of our universe. And there are the three phases of universe. One will grow constant, second will rip open, and third it will pull everything together. Good afternoon, ma'am. We are going to explain about Scimathx experiment. The Scimathx experiment is a famous thought experiment. It illustrates one of the strangest aspects of quantum mechanics, particularly the concept of superposition. The maths behind Scimathx experiment involves quantum superposition and wave function. In the box, the cat is represented by this formula. Thank you. Now over to the central model. This is the James Webb Space Telescope, also known as JWST. Webb is the largest telescope ever placed in space, 100 times more powerful than Hubble. It's the first telescope able to receive infrared rays that cannot be seen from human eye to study every phase of cosmic history. The Webb's primary mirror intercepts red and infrared light and directs it upon the smallest secondary mirror. The secondary mirror directs the light onto the scientific instruments where it is recorded. The math here explains origami. It was folded origami style to fit in the rocket and then unfolded like a transformer into its operating configuration. Thank you. No, it's just a display module. Oh, okay. That's it.
Entirely there.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Let's see about neurons and nephrons. A neuron receives signal to the dendrites and processes the cell body and generates an electrical impulse which travels along the axis. The mass behind the neurons, the Nernst equation, is used to calculate the equilibrium potential of a specific ion, and the potentials are established by the sodium-potassium pump. Let us also see another functional unit of the body similar to the neuron. The nephron, which filters blood to remove waste and regulate water balance. The mass behind the nephrons, the glomerular filtration rate, GFR, is a crucial measure of kidney function as it indicates how well the kidneys filter blood. Thank you. Mass is Mass in the series. Which number is coming? I'll ask one question. Oh.
They'll be asking the questions.
Related to space or biology and astrophysics? Biology. Astrophysics is your subject. Astrophysics. What is the law used in finding distance between planets?
Kepler. After that.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Today we are going to explore about human eye. The human eye is an intricate organ that analyzes visual light in the form of image. Light first enters the eye through cornea, which provides most of the eye optical power to our refraction. The pupil connected by iris adjusts the size to regulate the amount of light entering the eye and then converges on retina. The photocyte that convert light into electrical signals and get transmitted to the brain where processed and improved as well. The bending of light acid passes through different mediums by Snell's law. The focusing of light onto the retina is given by lens formula. The area of the pupil is calculated to understand how much the light enters the eye. You can feel from there.
again increase.
Lens is different, concave.
Concave. Different. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. We are going to see how CT scan works and can see human body. CT scan use X-ray similarly to traditional X-ray image, but with the tube. X-ray tube rotates around the tissue with multiple slides. Computer converts these into a 3D images of the scanned area, providing a view of bones, organs, and soft tissues. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. This is the human heart. The heart is a muscular powerhouse that beats approximately 1 lakh times a day, pumping around 2,000 gallons of blood through a complex network of vessels. The heart rhythmic beating is mirrored in the universe from pulsing stars to the expansion of galaxies, and that is the most powerful rhythmic field produced by the human body. The volume of blood that the heart pumps per minute is given by cardiac output formula. The formula is CO is equal to HR into SV. For example, if he or she has a heart rate of 75 beats per minute and a stroke volume of 70 milliliter, then his or her cardiac output will be 5,250 milliliter per minute. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. We are here to explain about human lungs. We know that our lungs facilitate gas exchange by taking in oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide. This happens in tiny cells called alveoli, where oxygen diffuses into the blood and carbon dioxide diffuses out. Lung volumes and capacities like tidal volume and vital capacities are measured to assess the respiratory health. Alveolar gas equation models oxygen exchange efficiency using mathematical parameters. The fractal pattern in lungs mirrors the universe's own fractal structure, and the structure optimizes oxygen exchange and enable efficient distribution. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Today let us know about biomechanics and prosthetics. The human arm is the microscope of the universe connected through atomic structure, energy, gravity, and evolution. We are truly stardust in motion. The arm's biomechanics enable us to perform various actions using a combination of joint movement and muscle force. Biomechanics of the human arm can be analyzed using mathematical principles like torque and motion. When the arm is stationary, the sum of force and sum of work must equal 0. This principle helps in analyzing the condition in which the arm can hold or more objects collectively. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Today we are here to talk about connector. Picture the brain as a metropolis with neural connected by a web of roads and apps that facilitate information flow. This complex network of connectome is crucial for brain function. Mapping connectome can help diagnose and treat neurological disorders like schizophrenia and Alzheimer by identifying abnormalities in connectivity.
Graphs plays a crucial role in designing our neurons and represent as bodies and systems as edges are connected. Mathematically, parameters like degrees and paths and modulating clustering coefficients system are involved in processing every extractively. Changes these can result in aiding in some brain disorders.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. We are here to explain about DNA replication.
Do you know that DNA is made up of elements found in the heart of stars? And DNA replication is a process to make millions of copies. It begins with helicase unwinding the double helix, then remains creates RNA primer to start DNA synthesis. Next, DNA polymerase builds new strands by adding nucleotides, and finally ligands connect fragments forming two identical DNA molecules.
Each strand of DNA replication results in double the DNA expressed as amount of DNA is equal to n, where n is the number of replication cycles. The error rate and probability of observing a mutation is given by the following equations. Error rate is equal to genome size by 3 errors per division. Thank you.
Have the lunch, and that's what they said. They are tired.
Thank you.
Well done, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome. This is our marvelous academy. This is our marvelous medical academy, and I'd like to show you the largest microscope of our school. Please, welcome. Please get in there.
Good afternoon, ma'am. A science-field microscope is based on the principles of light diffraction and lens. Light diffraction. Light when it travels through a material with higher refraction index. Example, light travels slowly through water, then air. It changes direction when it absorbs air into water.
The mathematics behind microscope involves a combination of concepts from optics, geometry, and wave theory. Magnification refers to the ratio of image size to the object size, m equals to I upon O, where m stands for the magnification, I stands for the image size, and O stands for the object size. Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I'd like to take you to CT scan. CT scan was invented in 1972. CT methods are made by converting X-ray electrons into X-ray photons, passing the photons to an object, converting the photons back to electrons. Mathematics is fundamental to CT scan as it enables the creation of detailed images of bodies and internal objects. Each pixel in a CT scan has a specific intensity that determines the density of the tissue. Mathematical formulas calculate this intensity based on how much density is observed by each tissue. This allows the doctors to differentiate between various tissues such as bones, muscles, and organs. Now let's move on to robotics surgery.
Not a working model or? Good afternoon, This is robotic surgery. The robotic surgery is also known as robot assisted surgery. It is mainly involved in surgical procedure that combines medical science, engineering, and robotics. The science behind robotic surgery. The science behind robotic surgery is focusing on all the devices currently in clinical use. We hope to give potential and practicing the robotic surgeon. In fact, research shows that robotic surgery is similar to laparoscopic surgery.
Calculating force. Calculating force is a matrix system that can be used to calculate the force exerted by the manipulator. Identifying inertial parameter. A linear equation can be used to identify these inertial parameters, that is, assisting computer CUSM calculating force.
Thank you.
Now let's move on to blood pressure. Learning about blood pressure.
A reading machine is a special use device that is used to measure the blood pressure of an individual. It is made of a very flammable curve that wrapped on the person's thumb. When the air pumps through the blood, the beat flow is measured. The blood pressure is measured in two values, the systolic and the diastolic. The systolic is the peak arterial pressure in the systole, and the diastolic is the minimum arterial pressure in the diastole. Thank you.
Now let's learn about tumor dynamics. Cancer cells have gene mutation which turn a normal cell into a cancer cell. These gene mutations may be inherited, developed over time as we get older, or developed around something that damages our genes like cigarette smoke, alcohol, or ultraviolet radiation. Types of cancers are brain, lung, liver, pancreatic, and so on.
Mathematical models can be used to study cancer cells. The solution is Vt equals to V0 ERT, where V is the volume of the tumor, E is the time taken, and V0 is the size at time 0. Types of model are exponential model, logistic model, flat model, and so on. Thank you.
Now ma'am, let's move on to lung volume and ventilation.
Lung volume is also known as respiratory volume. It refers to the volume of gas in the lungs at a given time in the respiratory cycle. A number of lung volume is measured using spirometry, tidal volume, inspirated is the volume. However, the measurement of seismography is to nitrogen washout and dilution technique.
The total capacity is the volume of gas in the air of the inspiration. It can be calculated from PLC equals to RD plus FRC. Thank you. Now let's go towards heart rate and blood flow.
The volume has been last time.
In our heart, the deoxygenated blood is converted into oxygenated through aorta, and it goes to all the parts of the body.
You can calculate your heart rate using math in 5 seconds. Count the beat within 5 seconds and multiply it by 4. Target heart rate. An average human target heart rate is 50% to 85% 5 seconds. Let's please 5 seconds. 15 into 4 will be 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 5 seconds, then how much would we have by 40? Oh no, you have to multiply by 12. 60, right? 160. It can be from 5 seconds. 5 into 12. If you calculate your pulse from 15 seconds, 15 into 4. That will give you pulse per minute.
Now ma'am, let's move on to eye surgery.
Laser eye surgery is done to improve short-sightedness, long-sightedness, and astigmatism. This is also helping in overcoming presbyopia. The examiner laser is a cool type of laser. It doesn't burn tissue but weapons a small amount of corona every time a beam is pulsed on the surface of the eye. There are a number of medical concepts and formula using laser eye surgery. Hence, the current eye pulse obtained from according to resulting value from a target eye pulse theta calculated using a close classic curve. The formula for target eye pulse is theta plus 0.231 minus 0.595 into the
Now let us move on to hemodialysis, ma'am.
Kidney dialysis is a process of removing excess water, solutes, and chalks from the blood in people whose kidneys can no longer perform its functions naturally. Along with kidney transplantation, is the type of failure and critical blood.
The G5 dialysis. The G5 indicates kidney disease, the G5 indicates kidney failure. If you have to calculate a G5, you have to calculate pre-dialysis rate minus post-dialysis rate, 2000 ml. Thank you. Now, ma'am, let us understand prosthetic and joint angles.
The prosthetic and joint angles are two important topics in biomechanics and science of rehabilitation.
A prosthetic is an artificial replacement part of your body. It includes extra body parts like limbs, as well as internal body parts, mechanical heart value or replacement. Mathematical figures can be used to analyze the static, kinematic, and dynamic behaviors of a prosthetic hand. For instance, below knee prosthesis, the dorsiflexor and plantar flexor must be replicated for a proper walking gait. In two-dimensional space, you can calculate the trigonometry of sin theta and cos. Thank you. Ma'am, let's learn about glucose levels and diabetes.
Today we are here to talk about diabetes and glucose level. Diabetes disease occurs when the body doesn't produce enough insulin or can't use insulin properly. Insulin. The pancreas produces insulin, a hormone that regulates blood glucose. When the body doesn't produce enough insulin or cells don't respond to insulin properly, glucose builds up in the body. This is known as hyperglycemia, high blood sugar. Now let us know about mathematics behind diabetes and glucose level. Assessing glycemic control. Mathematical models are used to calculate HbA1c to estimated average glucose and leacated albumin levels. Calculating average glucose level. The average blood plasma glucose level can be calculated by the formula HbA1c into 35.6 minus 77.3. Thank you.
Ma'am, let's move ahead to pacemaker and implantable device.
Science behind pacemaker. A pacemaker is a small battery-powered device that prevents the heart from beating too slowly. It works by sensing the heart's electrical activity and sending electrical impulses to the heart to restore a normal rhythm. It monitors the heart rate and adjusts the pacing according to the required beats per minute. Let me give you an example. If a pacemaker is set to 60 BPM, it calculates the interval between pulses in the formula. Interval equal to 60 per frequency seconds. There's a lot of essential rule in electrical function of this technology. Oomph will stay there, P equal to voltage, V is the voltage, I is the current, R is the resistance. Oomph ensures the pacemaker to deliver the right amount of electrical impulse in the right time.
Now, ma'am, let us know about Alzheimer's disease.
Let's hear about Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is an Alzheimer's progressive brain disorder causing memory loss, confusion, cognitive decline. It's the most common cause of dementia, usually causing those over 65. Treatment and management. There is no curable treatment for Alzheimer's, but treatment like medication, lifestyle adjustment, support care can help to manage the symptoms. Alzheimer's disease in mathematics is metaphorically refers to the system and process. System or process that two structure, memory over time such as chaotic system and obsolescence idea. Thank you.
Now, ma'am, let us speak up about body mass index.
The science behind BMI. BMI is nothing but body mass index. It's a quick way to get a general idea whether you are in a healthy weight range. BMI is a useful indicator of health risk and used to classify adults as underweight, normal, overweight, obese, or extremely obese. And higher BMI is related with conditions like high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, certain cancer, etc.
The maths behind the BMI.
Body mass index is a simple calculation that uses your height and weight to estimate your body fat. Here's the formula. BMI is equal to weight in kilogram divided by height in meters the whole square. Now you may have a question, why the square height? Squaring the height is the concept of body surface area. And the taller person certainly has a larger surface area than a shorter person on stage. Now let us move on to blood donor compatibility, ma'am.
Let us know what is meant by blood donation. Blood donation means giving blood or gifting blood for someone. It is a noble act that should be done by a healthy person to save someone's life. Blood donation is important for safe transfusion. Can we move your blood group now?
What to say?
Can we move your blood?
The blood group now.
So you can donate your blood to AB positive and B positive.
What she is explaining.
So you can donate to AB positive and B positive. Ma'am, can we move your blood?
Yes, mine is universal blood group. Universal. You're the blood group expert, you know. Okay.
So you can donate blood to AB positive, A positive, B positive,
Can donate
and
many.
O positive.
That's why it's called universal. What about ESB?
You can donate Today we are here to say about ECG machine. First, let's start with science. An ECG is a test used to measure the electrical activities of the heart. The test taken only about a few minutes and is devoid of any pain. The electrical activities of the heart causes the heart muscle to contract the result in the pumping of the blood. The math involved in ECG machine is primarily centered around the signal processing and analyzing. Here is a breakdown of key mathematical concepts. To calculate the heart rate in ECG, you can use two following methods: large square method and small square method. Uses of ECG to show how an impressed pacemaker is working, to check the heart health in case of other distress as diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, etc. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Today we are going to explain about X-ray machine. instructors to provide information on diagnostic imaging. Technologists must possess knowledge, skill, and mature judgment to operate complex equipment safely and efficiently. The production of quality images uses multiple sources of radiation, and proper handling and skill is vital. More particles from the X-ray energy formula gives by lambda is equal to 12.389 by V, where V is kilovoltage. Mathematical can also be used to increase the safety of image results. Tree algebra and the linear algebra can help to interpret them. Thank you, ma'am.
Now let us wind up our day by learning about lab equipments.
Good morning, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. We are going to cover lab equipment. Microscope. Microscope is a common lab equipment used to observe items that cannot see by human. This is temperature. This is temperature. PCR is a glucometer. That is the PCR from the polymerase chain reaction is used for observing DNA.
Well explained, children. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome to the Museum of Illusions. Good afternoon, ma'am. The world is just a canvas for illusion, said by Henry David Thoreau. Welcome to cognitive neuroscience. What if everything you see, feel, hear isn't quite what it seems? Will you trust your eyes if they try to deceive you, or will you uncover the truth behind his mind-bending illusions? Step right in and find it out for yourself. Get ready to test your mind, challenge your senses, and enjoy the wonders of optical deception.
Test your mind.
Today let's decode the magic of optical illusion. Eye versus brain. The brain's functioning during optical illusion involves complex processes that integrate sensory information and perception. The brain uses a self-principle, for example, similarities and close shape, to organize visual imagination into meaningful patterns. Certain neurons in the brain help us to see the optical illusion more clear with the perception of moving objects. The eye. The optical illusion often rely on geometrical transformations such as scaling, rotating, and translating shape. The light bends through when it passes through the eye. This helps us to see the optical illusion more clear with virtual effects and colors. These transformations help us to explain why certain events create illusion. Thank you.
Namaskaram and welcome everyone. The brain's optical playground.
Neural network. Extra oscillating hydration.
One common neural mechanism behind optical illusion is latent hydration, a process where adjacent neurons interact together to enhance called a edge detector.
The working of neurons can be explained using the Gaussian function. An example of latent hydration is hemispherical illusion. Thank you. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am. Here's the hidden pattern behind optical illusion.
Where the mind meets optical trickery.
The frattle of neuron refer to the complex self-similar branching pattern.
Refer to the complex self-similar.
The frattle of dendrites allows neurons to receive inputs from a large number of other neurons. As dendrites branch out in a self-similar manner, neurons can form connections with different neurons.
Fractal branching optimizes the spatial distribution of synapses. The connection between the neurons enables the neuron to maximize their
Aishwarya, are you aware of which disease Stephen Hawking had?
Yes, it is ALS and it affected his brain.
So what Hawking about? The brain treats same diseases.
And according to science, Alzheimer's disease is a brain disorder which causes the gradual destruction of brain cells and their connections too.
And according to Max, mathematical model display how plateaus and tangles develop and spread across the brain.
If the neuron is stops functioning, the original size of the brain will become that. That disease known as Alzheimer's.
Also, we are VRS.
VRS window.
Like this?
Yes, ma'am.
Keep it close to it.
You have to keep it
Ma'am,
close
close
to
the
the
eyes, ma'am.
Effect will be there. What's happening inside?
Thank you.
Next.
When reflexes fools you,
mind versus body.
Neurons communicate using language potential, which are rapid changes in electrical voltage across the membrane.
The velocity of nerve impulse v is equal to root d by t. T the distance the signal travels. For example, we have the spinal cord will send message to the brain, and the brain will send message to the nerve. When we keep a teeth object near our finger, it will act in a rapid of second. This is how it works when we keep a teeth object near our finger.
That's how we sense hot information.
Ma'am, back there. That's where the real head spinning journey starts.
You scare us. Fingerprints according to illusion that is inside the solution. Shadow.
Good. Thank you very much.
Greetings to you, ma'am. We are here with
Perception plane,
the astonishing Ames room illusion. Ames room challenges the perception of reality and highlights how brain processes visual information.
The angles of the room and the relative height of the floor and the ceiling are deliberately skewed. This design creates an illusion of normality when viewed from a designated point. Ma'am,
Ma'am, there are two bottles, ma'am. They are of the same size, ma'am. But when you are seeing from here, the bottle will look larger than the actual size, and here it will look smaller than the actual size.
Yeah, you can find out the difference. This side is small, this side is big. Yeah. Good.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Mind-bending motion. Endless beginning. In max, the angles of angular velocity, this measures how fast a ring is spinning, typically in radians per second.
In science, the brain interprets the position of the brain as a continuous blur.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Endless
This is the reflection without an end, the infinity mirror. An infinity mirror is a fascinating optical illusion that creates an endless series of reflections. An infinity mirror is typically consists of two mirrors facing each other. One is a standard mirror, another is partially reflective or semi-transparent mirror. This setup allows for multiple reflections to occur between the two mirrors. The distance between the reflection diminishes geometrically. If the distance between the reflection is d, the first reflection is at triple d, the second at 2d, the third at 3d, and so on. However, due to diminishing brightness and the effects of perspective, the reflection appear to be much closer together.
The brain intercepts the diminishing size of the reflected image as depth, contributing to the illusion of infinity. This relates to the principle of perspective, where the objects appear smaller as they are further away. Thank you.
Ni hao, ma'am. Beyond the surface, the magic of hologram illusion. This is the hologram projection, ma'am. Inside you can see a projection regarding hologram. Hologram in mathematics, 3D hologram is used in a complex number to model the light ray and used to record and reconstruct the hologram. In formula of science in hologram is d sin theta equal to n lambda. D is equal to distance between the slits, theta is equal to diffraction angle, and lambda is equal to wavelength, n is equal to odd number. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am. Art in light and darkness, where shadow shape reality.
Yes, ma'am. Can you guess who is? Ma'am, can you guess now? I was going to say about geometry of flow. Geometry of projection. I'm going to explain about you. Hold it properly. The geometry of projection. When an object is placed between a light source and the screen, the shadow size and shape depend on the angle and the distance of the light source. Similar triangle. The projection of shadow can be explained by similar triangle. Light travel. Light travels in a straight line. That is why object placed in front of light source casts shadow. Shadow formation. A shadow forms when an object blocks light. A shadow is essentially an area where the light cannot reach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, can you look here? There is a shadow.
What is this actually? You took anybody's help? Teacher's help or parents' help? Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome in Colossaurus Guidelines. A glimpse into the past of moving pictures.
In motion.
Art by Expo.
1 minute, wait.
It's okay.
The max behind bioscope is proportional angle. The angles at which the project are set up to ensure proper alignment with the viewer's eyes.
The science behind bioscope is understanding how the human brain perceives depth by using binocular vision and understanding the correct focal length so that the images are projected appropriately on the screen. Some people take a look inside. Welcome to Interactive Illusion Station, ma'am, where reality blurs and your mind takes the center stage.
SS Kiria, illusion unleashed, an interactive journey to perception. Here is the shepherd illusion, the star illusion, and bull and lion illusion. What do you think about these interactive illusions, ma'am? These illusions are the fascinating examples of how our brain can misinterpret visual information due to perspective inherent bias.
Shepherd illusion created by N. Knowledge Shepherd. Mathematical illusion are also known as puzzle illusion.
Mathematically, it is known as cognitive bias and graphical representation. Humans interpret 2D images as 3D objects due to cognitive bias, which is constantly known as shapes of constancy. Even though they are same in shape, this illusion tricks our mind by using parallel lines and angles which mimic the appearance of the shape. Thank you.
Ma'am, here you can interact with these projects, ma'am. Here you have this piece of cardboard. Now you can place it here and you can find the difference.
This is not interesting. Okay. You should show that first.
And even here, ma'am. And this is how our mind perceives. It thinks that this shape is rectangular and this one is parallelogram. But actually these two are rectangular shapes. And even this arc. One is smaller and one is bigger. That's how mind perceives it. But both are same in shape and size. Please try it, ma'am.
Yeah, here. Find something. Okay. Right.
Ma'am, and this illusion. Here, have the stick, ma'am. Now place it in this line and this line. You may think that these two lines are short and long, but they are not.
Yeah, almost. It's fitting exactly.
Ma'am, I think you found the answer for the question which I asked you at the first. It is very easy as Albert Einstein said. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. And I also think that you enjoyed the expo. This is me on behalf of my class thanking you for making a day a very great pleasure. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, really. Thank you, ma'am. Enjoyed a lot, children.
Greetings to you. Yo,
What is ma'am is going to decorate? She'll come back. Get back. Get back. Okay. Debate, ma'am. So, debate, ma'am.
Where are they?
Lunch.